Hello, hooray, good evening. I'm Adventure Argonaut. This is Disco Elysium, as you can see the text here. So let's see that the streams are running. Indeed, it appears to be the case. Except let's check the final one. Is this one running as well? And to where is it running? It's running to Disco Elysium. Yes, they are working. Okay, so welcome. Let's continue the game. Where did we leave off? We left off on the pier. Yeah, there's this body. Apparently he died of an accident. Just he was drunk and fell down. But yeah, the suspect, Ruby, she's supposedly somewhere in this area. So let's try to find her. What's this? Moonshine probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. Okay. Nothing in this area. Okay. I guess we can't go here. Oh yeah, and in 2 hours we should go see the guy on the balcony, right? Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dough. Okay. Ah, there's some crap here.
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Pick up the handset.
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Yeah, I don't want to waste my money. Let's see what happens if I do it. I will save scum to save 10 cents.
You pick up.
Money is not free.
There's a tone. The machine is operable. Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up.
Oh.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
The voice is female and sounds about 100 years old. She didn't sound that old. I might be. What's Pierre like?
So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died.
That's not good.
Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice is different. There. Chrysanthemum.
What?
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Okay, I guess I'm not gonna reload. A dead phone, smashed receiver like someone hung up or too hard. Oh, what's this place? You feel shadow of a very large building fall on you. Okay, this is the church, I believe. Sign reads Sign Brood 1147. Dusty pews in the shadows, many seem to be missing. Ooh, money. Money. An altar shrouded in dark or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Okay, let's use the flashlight. Tools. Okay, I can't use it there.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Inspect the carpentry.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Run your hand over a beam.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
Take a closer look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
Look at the sticker.
You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
Have you seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
Okay, what is junior delinquency?
For Revachol aussi, the moral intern defines junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law. These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams.
He puts the handkerchief in his coat pocket. What is suggestive of junior delinquency here?
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
I agree, it's very modern, but does the cheery guy not know he's dead, or does the dead guy not care that he is? What is the source of the irony here?
That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
Inspect the staple.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
Back
This
off for
cheap-looking
now.
padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
If you really think we should get in there, we need to find some other way.
Where do you think we should
Can
start?
you hear the pulsing bass underneath the east wind? A sure sign of junior delinquency.
Okay, let's
Heavy
try to
wooden
get the
doors more
sticker.
than twice your height stand shut. There's nothing like the
Yay.
sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Put the sticker on your ledger, right on the cover.
Voila! Looks very modern.
Yeah, skill point.
You're part of the future brigade now, and so is your formerly
Okay,
hard
rattle the
ledger.
doors to see if they
Neon,
open.
Nothing happens. Only the sound of the padlock rattling against.
I don't think that's going to... Do you think our suspect is hiding inside?
She might be, it's worth checking out anyway.
The lieutenant nods silently. High above, the wind wraps the church in its rush, cold and wet from the ocean bay. It parts around the massive keel-shaped roof, like a test tunnel washing both sides, the way it has done for 340 years. The wind keeps its distance. So should you.
What is this feeling?
There is a hole in my heart.
The lieutenant looks at the padlock. He didn't hear you asking. You were quiet enough.
Okay, let's try to find another way in then. Like, of course I can try to, get through the door with the pry bar and violence, but let's see first if there's like a back door or something. Yes, no. What's this? These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. The chain trails off into the ocean to who knows where. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. Okay, can we get in here?
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
What is this thing anyways?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
The washerwoman mentioned a depot at the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
It may have been used to service an aerostatic battleship in the atmosphere, or a fortification, like a sea fort in the bay.
Could this structure have been used to take the shot?
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna try. Like maybe I can get some bonus from somewhere to open it. Yeah, let's check this area first before I go to the church, or maybe I have to go to the balcony soon. Ooh. Money and a shirt. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. Then it's probably not Ruby, or if it was a long time ago. Rusty broken control box for the radio relay tower. Battery is too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. I'm gonna put on equip this. Maybe there's some tears here. The relay tower coordinates boat traffic in the bay barely. Scented scarf. +1 shivers, -2 physical instrument. This is horrible. Not gonna use it. Tiny inlets there off in the far distance where the post trail toward. Okay. So not much here of anything interesting or anything. About this way, no. A bird, but I can't interact with it. Oh, what's this? Boardwalk rises to your south. It casts a long shadow over you. Okay, so this is where there's the dead guy. Yes, indeed. There's that place. I went there, so I guess this area is sort of explored. But why can't I go here? It's just, you know, reeds. I should be able to go there. But this area was that. Ah, okay. I think I went there already. There's the phones and stuff. Why can't I try to go through the window or something? Or can I go here? Sneak through this way. Oh, there's something here. Okay, maybe this is the way to the back, but first I'm gonna go look at these bubbles. It must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Painted with pastel, someone is trying to bring cheer into the world. Trash from some unending party. A pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. What's this? Oh, can I
A
push
pane
it?
of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is it?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
Yeah, push it over.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
We should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
The lieutenant gestures toward the young woman next to the tent. Let's check out the... Oh, what's this? This is someone's home away from home, just like yours.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
He gestures for you to squeeze in. Okay. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. Speaker, the big kind they use for live music.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secrets,
Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
Skibby the toilet? I think this was probably made before that, so this predicted the Skibby the toilet stuff. And I don't really even know what it is properly. Like, I don't understand the deeper meaning that clearly that toilet thing has to have.
could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Okay.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid,
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
and Egghead. Egg!
The tape player high above his head continues to blast strange music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
So 0, I guess. Why are you
You
here?
see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Was there something you wanted?
Yeah, it's a matter of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads. Burnouts.
He angrily spits on a screw, then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that. The world.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
Are they foreigners? I bet they're foreigners.
Could be. We don't know for sure. But we do know they are spooky.
What exactly do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
He claps his hands enthusiastically.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchange giddy looks.
Did you put the padlock on the door?
Yes, I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
I need a key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
I feel smart that I didn't destroy the lock or the door yet.
Alright.
The speed freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden cool infused move, tossing it in your general direction. Be the cool cop gets the key as it flies towards you.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ring.
I was quite convinced I would fail.
Just the tiniest chime to your left.
Catch it.
Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Bask in the glory. Thanks, man. Played cool.
The speed freak nods to you.
How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
Yeah, it's funny how the number keeps going down. What does that even mean?
I don't know. What does anything mean, really?
Very profound.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got your drift.
I knew you'd get it. You're one smart cop.
I get by. Now, where was I with that padlock?
He nods attentively, ready to answer the questions of...
Right, other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do
So,
it.
who are the people in the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't even seen them and you want the police involved.
Well, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Is it like a bong or some strange radio computer?
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
This picture looks like it's from Shadowrun. Like Shadowrun Returns.
For this man, even regular silence is awful enough. But that was something greater.
But you haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
The woman? Red hair maybe? Lorry woman?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
So probably not.
But not really. Brown hair. Old. Heavy, dark sides.
So which one is it?
What Noid said.
Rue is gone. The woman is someone else.
What was that about something watching
Like
you?
you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Maybe there's a cat or something.
Not human, as in a ghost. Do you know what he means?
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crabman. Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell. exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Do crabs climb around the ceiling? What?
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures,
Yeah.
not known for climbing walls.
Are you sure there was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Can you tell me more about the
You
machinery?
should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
So how can you be sure they are burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't, but I am.
This is a below-feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Wow, you can, but you do. I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers. Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
So maybe it's maybe it's actually some LAN party. They're role players or video game players or something. Alright, let's talk about something else.
What?
What's the deal with Egghead? I want to talk to him.
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
What's a master of ceremonies?
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you, then. An MC for short.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kinda here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
You mentioned some kind of ecclesiastes on the church. Who are these ecclesiastes?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
Masking. Now humor me, Andre. What is the founding party?
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, made the innocentic system, no?
Now, Andre, in your opinion, would this ancient religious organization who anoints the innocents want a dance club in one of their churches?
Totally.
There isn't a trace of doubt in his voice.
The Pericanassian Church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericanassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance!
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity! Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod as if obvious you will not break into a dance.
You feel it, the anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
No words, enjoy the beat.
Feels good.
I now understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise. Anodic music is about love, and so is the Pericanassian Church.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
I wanted to ask about this tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled too.
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Alright, enough of
He
this.
nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Logic. Okay, I might have some, equipment or some, inventory clothes or something. I could, switch around to get some more logic, but maybe I have to, I don't know, find out more about
As
something
always,
before trying
we'll
to.
be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
Oh, let's talk
So
to
you
this
had a
guy.
talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Nord. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too light sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
He runs his hands through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gears. Sign?
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
He continues to rearrange his tools. I saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Maybe I shouldn't show it yet, like maybe he might be offended or something that I took it. So, okay, it's a yellow circle, the human face with X's for eyes and a smile underneath. I think the X's mean the guy's dead.
Good. What did you want to know?
Was I right? Is it a dead guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Really? Why do you think that's so?
We're all the same. Same eyes, same smiles, same death.
Okay, what does it mean?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
I'm thinking we should sell
It
this.
should be sold, but not by us.
What makes the sticker so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by classical solarist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing.
You come up with this stuff by yourself?
Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. We all see the same smiling dead guy in a couple of X's and a circle. And a curve. The beat is the same for all.
I think we've exhausted the subject for now.
I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But
What about
for?
now? Are the signs all right now?
Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment.
What?
You heard me.
He examines the small metal bolt in his hand. Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, The kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
The People's Republic of Samara is a product of Revachel's sister revolution on the Grand Isola. It's known as a severely degenerated rogue state.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
The supernatural, so you think it's real, that it actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist. But there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist. Because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
He picks up some sort of a widget.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be by getting us into the church.
Okay. Not sure if I wanna match with his signs.
The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
Yeah, let's try to communicate with this guy. Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega!
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the whirling in Rag's hostel.
Good morning, yeah! 1, 2, 3, Yeko Kata, the place to be!
I'm beginning to think this really doesn't have anything to do with the case.
It's the message, so listen and you will see. No illusion, the spirit is what you feel.
I don't want to waste, game time, so maybe I will try,
The young man with
This is hardcore.
different
Hardcore! Hardcore to the neck, internally
combinations
coherent.
or options. Okay, still say nothing.
Hardcore! Alright! Yeah!
Say
he
nothing.
furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an agonized roar over the feebleish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. So hardcore.
Is it though?
He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. It is.
But is it? I mean, really?
He tilts his head to the other side like an
Feels
owl.
like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was thinking
I
that
am the
too.
mic enforcer. I am.
Okay, let's try
Fantasy
again.
heavyweight. Hardcore! Hardcore! Hardcore to the internally coherent. Hardcore! Alright! Yeah!
He furrows his brow.
Oh, but
Ah!
seriously, I'm a little worried it
The
isn't.
question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question?
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the internally coherent. Hardcore.
He furrows his
Hard.
Is it
Hardcore. I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other one. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to internally coherent. Hardcore. All right.
Please tell me what
Yeah.
exactly are you doing?
Gotta get the people going.
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
I think I'm also a party
Two
boy.
on a track. Watch your back.
Okay,
We're
whatever.
close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to internally coherent. Hardcore.
he furrows
Hardcore.
Is it though?
It
What
is.
is it? I mean,
the question
really.
is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
He frowns and starts bobbing his head back and forth once more. So I solved his puzzle,
The
okay.
skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last month, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
It's proto, not hardcore at all.
Wow! Culture cut!
Culture vulture.
I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
I can't help you with this right now. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah!
He's not even slightest bit disappointed. Okay, are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
So you're not a thought reader, you're a
He's
communist?
not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! For the rebel yell!
In a minute, she cried more, more, more. Okay, does that mean you're a thought reader?
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he isn't. Jermaine here just yells random things.
Jeremy?
Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading.
Yeah! Revolution imperative!
Unless you were thinking Revolution imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
But I was thinking reversal imperative.
That's fucked up, man. Lying like that. And a cop too.
Tell me something else, Egghead. I don't want to say any of those. Is your real name Jermaine?
Hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes it is.
Why are there lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
L'amour, la compassion, l'autodiscipline.
Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on. Cause I've never loved someone like you before.
A dopamine surge
Ooh, morale.
accompanies the words. It feels like electricity flowing down your scalp, dissipating into your neck. Feels good, like a spark of life in that moribund sponge you call your body.
Okay, goodbye, Egghead.
Alright! Here comes the night!
I think it's time to go back to the city. I have to go meet that guy at the balcony at 9 o'clock. So maybe have to resume exploring this area later tomorrow. Well, I guess I can still come back also, but let's try to use the Fast travel. How do I use it? I think there should be a way for fast travel. There's this thing. F1 is help. Is this? Yes, this is the help. Yes. Tasks, tools. Tasks, map. I think the game told me I could fast travel somehow. What? Let's see. How does the fast travel work? So I have to have a map. I think I have the map. I bought it at the bookstore. Okay, so yes, I have the map open. Okay, so I think I have to be near those areas where I can fast travel. So I have to go back to the fisherman's shack or at the church. I think that's also one of those fast travel locations. But thanks, game, for telling me. I mean, not telling me. Okay. Okay, yeah, now I can. Okay. It would be nice if the game told me, so let's go here first. I guess I can go sell some of my tears first. No, I don't need to talk to her, just use the machine.
The tear machine stands up. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle.
Is it
okay? Then let's just go to the balcony. Does the time pass when you're just walking around? Or is it only like when you do stuff? Oh, what's that? I haven't noticed this
You
before.
see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Why am I looking at
Cop
this?
habit. You look at everything. This isn't case related, you think.
What kind of vehicle drove through here?
Hard to say.
Okay, reconstruct the movement.
The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber.
Okay, so it's me. I did that with my car.
Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager. Why that pang of guilt again?
What happened next?
The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building, before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
This is where I started off with my motor carriage before sinking it into the sea.
No wonder the cafeteria manager seemed frustrated when he was giving us directions to the yard. Well, You did provide us with a very convenient access point to the crime scene.
Yeah, I'm smart. Well, there's some spot here. I can go there later, I guess. Yeah, let's go to the balcony. Wait, what was this? Book is titled Man from Hemdal and the Wildfire. Somebody mentioned that somewhere.
The lights are so pretty when it gets dark.
Composure. How many? I have quite a few. Sure, I can increase my composure a bit if I can find it here. Okay.
The lights are so pretty when it gets dark.
Okay, I'm going to deduce something now.
The girl keeps her hands folded.
Hey, why do you keep your
Why
hands
is
folded?
that?
What do you mean, sir?
She looks very.
She knows where this is going.
You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. A facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
It's okay.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
You bite your nails?
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
She shoots you a suspicious glance. There are a few other hints.
Well, that proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
Her eyes flash with defiance. She isn't impressed.
She actually is impressed. This is more like a defensive reflex.
Want more? I bet I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in mind.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
You're uptight because of your mother and the pressure she's putting on you.
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
Either way, another ace deduction by the #1 detective in town.
It was okay, sir.
She still got a rebellious streak.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You think so? Fine, do better. Deduce something about me.
You're quite sober.
She snaps back quickly.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
I like that. Yeah, about that, maybe you could point me towards some booze, but maybe I'll just ask this. Wait, how do you know I'm usually not? Or she's probably seen him.
Because you usually aren't.
I'm also sad and my head hurts.
I'm sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
She looks you in the eye, a gleam of sympathy on her face.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow.
I guess they've spoken before.
There's something you're missing.
I'm gonna fail it anyway, so I should
Detective.
say.
Are you here for more books?
What are you missing here? Why does this feel familiar?
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Hang on, so you know me? We've met before?
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time.
She sways back and forth on her feet.
You've been running around all week without your shirt on, sir. Telling people about being a star or something. I don't really understand who those stars are.
Did I ever talk to you?
Of course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
Thanks, I'm trying.
Yeah, I can see. You don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
Party eyes?
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. You were probably gurning too. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy.
Does that mean I've been partaking in narcotics?
Oh, baby, that's not what you have to worry about. Worry about the important thing.
So why didn't you tell me you knew me to begin with?
I didn't know I had to do that.
She looks puzzled. Thanks, I've learned something about myself today.
I'm glad I could help you, sir.
Okay, well, I got some XP. Okay, finally, time to go to the balcony. It's almost 9 o'clock. The balcony with the guy, and I hope he is there, and I hope he, tells us something pertinent to the case. This is the balcony. It says balcony over here. You hear distant traffic. Night is falling in the city. Maroon glow of flight pollution rises from the east. Rock and roll ain't noise pollution. Rock and roll ain't gonna die. Maybe it's dead already.
This door is made of metal and appears to be no one.
We should return in the evening.
Okay, earliest. So we have 4 minutes. Okay, let's fuck around a bit. Oh, there's shoes here. I can steal somebody's shoes. No, it's money. Okay, what's this? Why so... What is this thing anyway? Is it just a carpet, the wall? Why is there so much money? Oh man. What's this? Revolutionary Slav deposed with their guns. Yeah, just leave the doors open, why not? Is the woman still here? Nope. Yeah, there's the girl, painter girl. I can ask if she wants the gas canister or something.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Is that bed in the coal room yours? Hey girl, is that your bed? Wanna show? I don't deserve it to be in jail. No.
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
She replies wistfully, looking around.
If there's pain about any particular home she's lost, she's buried it deep, fortified herself against it.
Cool, I have other questions.
Shoot, Piggy.
Okay.
It's what you do.
Fine. Doesn't really matter. She didn't want the gas canister either. What's this? Chairs. Oh, more chairs. Maybe I hadn't equipped my bag last time.
Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor until it happened.
Form a guess about what happened.
A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline. Fired from the water. A straight shot into Revachol. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling. until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line.
Taking the
The
ocean.
waves of the Martinez Inlet roll over the fallen remains of the building. The dark waters obscure the better part of the remain. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean.
Look at the ruins in the water.
Those arches acted as support for something greater than what you see now. Only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. Underwater, iron helmets have sunk deep into the sand and the mud. Helmets of soldiers, and their finger bones too, and clavicles, littering the ocean floor.
Who did this damage?
A fleet, the combined armies of Occident and Grad, with Mesk volunteers, a 5-nation army, hundreds of vessels. They massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful. The ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow on the water, far in the northeast. Cannons still ready to placate Revachol. Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute on 20 co-aligned archers. They will reach the city in 58 seconds.
Hey Kim, do you know who shelled our
The
city?
coalition. But that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here.
He does not like talking politics of this kind.
Is it politics? I thought it was history. Okay, finally it's past 9 o'clock. Let's go. Ah! The doors closed themselves. I left them open. Now they're closed. Mystery. Oh, the guy is standing there. Okay. Let's beat him up.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
We got your hint, found the key right under that stone.
Beautiful.
He replies, smiling as he looks at you. Something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
I'm not going to make things just right. I'm going to make them spectacular.
Beautiful.
He says again. A nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
He nods towards door 28. By the way, I'm really digging the view here, pointed at the city skyline.
That's why I chose this place. Martinez is special, isn't it?
Wait. Suddenly you're digging things?
The lieutenant whispers to you, shaking his head. Is it Friday tonight? Feels like Friday.
Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather.
Why would I want to meet your friend?
Trust me, you do.
Very well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad.
But I just found you again.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club, music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and as the chemicals hit his nervous system, 1,000 shivers ripple through his body.
Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just
The
not
smoke-
tonight.
The smoker assures you, brushing his hand through the hair. Yeah, he's very gay.
Take care, alright?
Oh, so much experience. Okay, take care, he says with another disarming smile before slipping off into the night.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
There's something so different about him that I just can't put my finger on.
Different, of course.
His shirt, why is his shirt always unbuttoned?
His shirt.
The lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back his laughter. His shirt?
His shirt.
What's so funny?
He's trying to dive deep into the mysteries of his shirt.
His shirt? No, I don't know why his shirt is always unbuttoned.
His mouth tightens as though trying to hold something back.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
He nods at the apartment door before you. Okay, let's say before seeing the friend, this better be good. It's like, there's so much foreshadowing or something that this friend is something special. Quarterly business magazine, but first, of course, we have to look around here. Empty ashtray. Dish soaked up in a pot. So much money, because I get XP and money from each of these. Flyers for underground parties. Exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Someone is always watching. Buckets of paint and a layer of old newspapers. Old photo of the same apartment dated year 01. Oh, party dragon silk robe. Hey, this seems good. So it's a jacket. Esprit de corps. I think this is probably better, and it also looks so. Yeah, I think I have to wear it now. What's this? Samaran conical hat. Wait, it's like a Chinese or Vietnamese hat? I thought Samara was like Africa or something. Reaction speed plus and rhetoric minus. I still sort of like this more. I think reaction speed sounds good because my base reaction speed is really bad.
You have acquired the robe. Keep it, officer. It looks good on you.
I guess it's this gay robe we got.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot.
Show him the Samaran hat. We'll get to that right after you tell me the story behind that black Samaran hat.
I got it from the head of the Samaran delegation on my trip to Lomantang. It's made from a special charcoal-colored bamboo. It's an emblem of the formal normalization of our diplomatic relations.
He's alluding to the decade-long War of Independence, while deftly brushing aside the complex causes behind the conflict.
That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. The cold air sweeps in from the balcony.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled.
So old school that the government cares about inflation. Not nowadays. Jesus, like, shut up, there's no inflation, shut up.
The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
What is price stability?
It is the most important thing.
That clears everything up.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Below 2% of what?
But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
You're not answering my questions at all.
The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Sure, give me a leaflet.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral intern. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency.
So you're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes. As I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the moral intern.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the moral intern is joking or not.
What is this international community?
La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
I heard about this moral intern before, but I want to know more.
It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition.
So when I said I was a thrall to foreign interest, what I should have said is that I'm a moral intern bitch.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
Turn back to Sunday friend. Are you a moralist?
But of course.
Am I a moralist?
Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values?
Like, what if I value freedom, and this is why I don't believe in a quote-unquote normal, stable world governed by democratic values? What if I think they are diametrically opposed? What is a normal, stable world?
The Occident is part of the normal world. Oranje, Sur-la-Clé.
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Yeah, I think I will lose sanity if I choose this option, but I guess I should. Moralism is the ideology of foreign occupiers. Revachol must be governed by Revacholians. Yeah, because I have one of
the
those.
The detective's personal views do not
thingies.
represent the views of the RCM.
Your full autonomy is important, I agree. But it's an ongoing process. Nothing happens overnight. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to
Okay,
ask?
tell me about Sur-la-Clef.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clef is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS.
EPIS?
Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Darlings? That can't be an official designation.
What makes Revachol Sur-la-Clef's darling?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clef. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Yeah, so I think, Sur-la-Clef is sort of like France, and Revachol is like, America. But, instead of being England colonizing most of America, I guess it was like in France in this world or something like that. Okay, tell me about Oranje.
Oranje is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clef, Oranje is probably the most prominent member of the international community.
I think Oranje is sort of like Holland, Dutchland, what is it called? Netherlands. Which one of them is more EPIS?
As founding members, they are both very EPIS. Oranje carries a lot of political weight, while Sur-la-Clef takes care of the business side of things. Sur-la-Clef hosts the headquarters of the major EPIS institutions.
Okay, but outside of EPIS, what is Oranje?
Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
Sounds like some sort of parasite.
But that didn't tell you anything about Oranje.
Can you just talk like a normal person?
About what?
About Oranje. Tell me what it's like there.
Oh, it's very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow.
If he knows so much about Oranje, maybe he also knows about Oranje's mercenaries.
Okay, enough business. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
The man gives a solemn nod.
He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little show staged by the Hardys. Let him talk. He may know more than even he knows.
Is it because you did, Mr. Villedroin?
Because I did it?
My apologies, I misspoke. I mean, what did you see?
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood I should not be seeing this.
That lines up with previous testimony, doesn't it? Well done, detective.
Thank you, sir. I think we got the picture. Anything else stand out?
Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't make out anything. It was so dark. And it was quiet. Quietest lynching I've ever heard of, let alone heard. But I suspect you knew that already. I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation of the men and women serving in the RCM is well deserved.
The man who was lynched outside your window was from Oranje.
Oh, that's unusual. The Oranjés are not the kind of people you associate with heinous crimes. It's such an upstanding and responsible country.
That's not how I would describe this guy.
Well, certainly one cannot rely simply on generalizations. That would go against our commitment to individual freedoms. And, of course, any loss of life is a tragedy. So tell me, what have you learned about the victim?
His name was Levi and he was 42 years old.
Ah, what a shame. A man cut down in his prime earning years.
Levi wasn't his real name, it was nom de guerre.
Ah, he was a soldier.
Mercenary.
Aha! A condottiere. Yes, it's hard to believe they still exist.
He liked to get high and brag about the war crimes he'd committed.
Extremely distasteful behavior. I cannot condone either drug use or needless boasting. Suffice it to say, that is not how we do things in Sur-la-Clé.
He was a motherfucker and a killer.
Officer, you shouldn't speak ill of the dead.
It's okay, he told me so.
So you spoke with the victim before he died?
No, this was after he died.
The man gives the lieutenant a nervous look. The lieutenant raises his eyebrows as though he'd stopped paying attention. Your partner's doing you a favor by pretending not to have heard your insane ramblings.
He was a poor kid before the Orangese government put him in a military academy.
It's the responsibility of any good welfare state to take care of its most unfortunate citizens.
They turned him into a psychopathic killing machine.
They gave him a successful career.
The man holds up a finger as though he's made a brilliant point.
What else has your investigation uncovered?
After he was discharged... But why are we telling this guy all this stuff? But since we have the options, I assume, some of them might be relevant. Anyway, after he was discharged from the military, he joined a group of mercenaries.
That is extremely unfortunate. Yes, it's regrettable that this practice has a history in certain Occidental nations, even highly advanced members of EPIS. But rest assured, the Orangese government has committed to producing a timetable that would lay out a path to transition to a professional army. Soon, there will be no need for mercenaries like this poor man.
What kind of timetable are we talking about?
Oh, it's hard to put an exact date on it. I believe the proposal for the timetable is due to be completed around 60 or 61.
Wow, that's like a decade from now.
See? That's the kind of progress that the moral intern makes possible.
As a merc, he killed a lot of people on Seminine Islands to advance Orangese business interests.
Oh, great shame, yes. Colonialism is a dark specter in Orange's past.
Who's talking about the past is still going on.
Which is why the work of the moral intern is so critical. It is our great bulwark against another century of bloodshed.
Yeah, this moral intern is starting to sound like the EU, so I'm starting to dislike it even more. That's all, that's who he was.
As I said, the loss of any life is terrible, no matter who the person may have been. I do hope you're able to bring his killer or killers to justice. We must show that the rule of law still applies, even in Rivachol.
What if I told you there's a fugitive from the moral intern in Martinez?
A fugitive?
Hypothetically speaking, you might add.
Hypothetically speaking.
Well, I would say that is very bad indeed. Not super. What sort of a fugitive are we talking about here?
Pretty serious, like corporate espionage type stuff.
That is extremely serious. Corporate espionage may technically be legal in Revachol, but elsewhere it's a very high-level offense. It violates a number of international agreements, in particular the First La Charte Accord. This fugitive must be turned over to the ICP immediately. Have you apprehended them already?
A moment, if you don't mind, sir.
The lieutenant pulls you aside.
You do realize what you're doing, don't you?
He whispers to you, sotto voce.
You're dooming a young woman in her hour of desperation.
Oh shit, Klaus, you could really get in real trouble if I tell him about her, right? Huh?
Very real trouble. I won't tell you how to do your job, but remember, this is an RCM matter. Make sure you weigh your next words carefully.
He won't tell you how to do your job, but a good police officer knows when to listen to his partner. When you turn back, the man is looking at you, expectantly.
Okay. Drama. Pin it on someone else.
Now's your chance, sire. Which of your enemies would you most like to make trouble?
Okay, I don't like Garth, but I don't hate him that much. I don't hate the racist lorry driver. Speed freaks and church. No, I don't like Everard Clare. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna frame him. It's Everard Clare, the head of the Dock Workers Union.
Everard Clare? Surely you're mistaken.
What do you mean? Have you met Everard?
I have. The only thing Everard is a fugitive from is the exercise machine. Besides, in certain less advanced nations, the moral intern may defer to local custom.
Customs, like blatant systematic corruption?
I'll make note of your claims in my report, but I'm sorry to say it's likely to end up in the back of the filing cabinet somewhere in Mirova, unread and forgotten.
That's a shame.
Yes, it rather is. As much as I am a true believer in international institutions, there are times when even I grow frustrated with the bureaucracy. Well, no matter. I should thank you for bringing this to our attention. Your efforts have been noted. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
What is this EPIS thing you keep talking about?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see.
Okay.
God, yes. Sweet standardization. The backbone of rationality and commerce.
It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
Okay, but what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole.
No, what do the letters stand for?
It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level.
I think this character is very well written. It reminds me of some guy I know trying to argue politics, and he was praising the EU. Is very, very similar kind of arguing. You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you?
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
Is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Is Revachol going to be part of EPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Except that candidate members never become full members.
Didn't you say the candidate members never become real members?
No. Candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
How did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
Au contraire. It's how millions of people end up where they are. Meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too.
You still haven't told me who he is.
Sorry. Who?
The man throws a quick glance at his watch. Your friend the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking about him.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Fine, but what's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts.
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
Sounds like some sort of, intelligence service agent who is pretending to be an art student. What are you doing in his apartment yourself? Can't I just ask, are you gay lovers or something?
I'm just enjoying the view.
The man smiles, nodding to the window. What view? Is dark outside?
Listen.
He says, raising his hand. What? I'm not hearing anything.
The Insulindian Bay.
What about
This
it?
place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee.
A busy bee? What an odd choice of words.
Uh-huh. I had something...
Sorry. Who? But I told you, officer. He's deeply enmeshed. He's a truly free spirit.
I had something else in mind, but I have nothing else in mind.
A moment. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Hold on, why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
I'm not going anywhere, I just want to take a look around in the apartment.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space. Let me know if you have any further questions.
Yeah, now I really starting to hate the moral intern and sort of regret arresting Klaasje, whatever her name was, Katarina or something. Just because, I do think she was, she's also a criminal, but, if the moral intern hates her, then, she's not that bad. But yeah, I guess there's nothing else really to say to him. Well, it's only 10 o'clock. Wait, this way, this is the exit. So maybe I should go back to the fishing village to look around, look for either way into the church, or maybe look for Ruby there.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
You know what? In the dimming,
Just an ordinary wall.
I feel like saves. Maybe I can even put 1 point in conceptualization. Or let's see the. Do I have some clothes that? Yeah, this adds to conceptualization. Is there any? Okay, this is also but shirt, so it doesn't really matter. But this is better. No, it's here. Oh, okay. I'm very conceptualized now. It is sort of tedious though, going through the clothes and it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this task, so then I have to put on these clothes. Okay, let's try.
Ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
58%.
Because this is no ordinary wall. It is sublime. Look at it. The shadows, the colors.
Let the conceptual joy flow into your pupils and blossom into thoughts in your brain.
All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God.
More.
O wall father.
Tim, I must paint this wall. Add even more beauty to it.
Huh?
I like his response.
He sounds tired of it all. You already have the heavy fuel oil to use as paint. It's red. And Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush. This is on.
First, I know you're tired, Kim, but take a look at this wall. Draw nourishment from its beauty.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
The lieutenant looks up at the wall reluctantly, then back at you. I already have the paint, I just need to get a paintbrush from Cindy the Skull.
If you must.
He sighs, then adds in a resigned tone, if you must. Okay. Let's go find Cindy. Here.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Cindy, I'm going to need your paintbrush.
What for?
The apocalypse is coming. I need to warn people.
What do you think I'm trying to paint here? A mural for a better tomorrow? Why do you really need it?
For art. It's for art, okay?
Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about?
Grand art. Art deluxe. The archiest, the most groundbreaking,
Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off.
You'll see. You will all see and tremble.
Yeah, not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You look like you'd suck. Everything really.
Okay. I think I have to, like, if I get this...
Date of birth generator.
Huh? Is it ready?
You were born in the year 07. In the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope.
So learning capsule logic raised to 4, -1 difficulty to all physique passives. So yeah, it's only passives. But hey, at least it's something, and there's no negative side to that stuff. So... Humpty Dumpty Dum. Okay, let's have a look what these things actually do. Yeah. Humpty... No. This one, I pressed some wrong button. Okay. Humpty, I'm checking what these things actually do. So, successful encyclopedia passives give 10 XP and 2 real. -2 suggestion. Aha. You know, more 3 XP and real. It's 2 real, it's not like 20 cents. That's pretty good. But yeah, -2 suggestion is still... I don't know. I have plenty of XP, maybe it's not that. Bringing the law. Lojo. Okay, let's see what this is. Learning cap for hand-eye coordination raised to 6. Automatically succeed in all hand-eye coordination passives. -1 rhetoric. So there's minus. Okay, indirect modes of taxation, ultra-liberal dialogue options give +1 real and -1 empathy. There's quite a few of these. Homosexual underground. White morning. Yeah, it was. Zoom out distance increase and stuff. Like, there's no negative side to it, so maybe. Kingdom of Conscience. What was this? But this was a moralist. Moralist dialogue options heal 1 morale and learning cap for volition and logic raised to 5. It's just I don't usually use morale options, but sure, let's try it. Kingdom of Conscience. I don't want to spend too much time wondering about it. What's this?
Tremble. The time is now. Ta'ola.
What time?
Time for the show. For Ta'ola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
Ta'ola, what is that?
Ulogu theodos. Xino zausin. Ipoli osithian. Echondes fronisin.
I don't speak Greek. Wait, when did this countdown begin?
Monday morning. The moment you arrived in this reality are the first crack in the sheer face of God. From you it will spread.
This is because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it?
Yes, you spoke the words of the palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
I'm sure it's just a joke or some kind of coping mechanism.
It's totally also a coping mechanism.
I'm a little bit afraid.
So you should be. The world island crumbles at your feet, and in the far plain, palindropos.
So palindrome, so it's like palindrome? Like, this word that is both, if you read it forward or backwards?
Perhaps. Just a thought. This has something to do with the hangover.
I do think the world might end soon. Opt in.
The face of the woman fractures. There will be herd killing. We all become vapor.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my...
I wonder if the learning that Cop of the Apocalypse would help with Cindy. Well, I guess we have to try to boost our conceptualizations. Well, maybe I can still use 1 XP. Why not? Maybe just saves come through
Hello
this.
again, officers.
See, it's 28 is the magic number.
They do say the painter...
28 is the magic save scum number.
Hello again, officers.
They do say the painter...
again, officers.
They do say the...
Yes. 28%. 28.
Hello again, officers.
They do say...
Come on, man. So what do I have to roll exactly? Is it like 9?
Hello again, officers.
They do say the painter always paints.
A 3 is not good enough, but I wonder if it's like or 10. Is it 9 or 10?
Hello
like
again,
28%.
officers.
They do say...
I just want to see what I get if I make the mural.
Hello again, officers.
You don't
Okay,
have
finally.
the skills to execute something like this in practice. But, oh boy, the idea's going to blow her fucking mind.
I'm going to create a highly detailed skeleton of an ancient bird that went extinct 100 million years ago. That's such a great idea. It's like, not the worst idea, but not the greatest.
She squints her eyes.
And then I'm going to paint it red using heavy fuel oil, and then I'm going to fucking light it on fire. Okay, that sounds cool.
On fire.
She whispers to herself. It's the Phoenix, get it? What do you say?
I say, sod off. You don't have the technical skills to do that.
I'm sorry, was the image offensive? Did you survive an avian attack as a child?
Didn't we all? I like your idea. Should have thought of it myself. I don't need this kind of competition in my neighborhood.
Damn, it was too strong. I didn't realize you were so petty and insecure.
Insult me all you want. You're still an art cop, sans art materials.
Oops, my apologies. I guess I was trying too hard. You're a police officer and a grown-up. Why are you trying to impress her? Maybe try a different approach.
I've got you cornered. Hand over that brush.
Ooh, police brutality. That's the good stuff.
Stand your ground with a look of weary determination. Cindy, I'm going to paint here till you hand over that brush. I'm going to stand here until you hand over that paintbrush.
Have you got any kids? Because you sound like the world's saddest dad right now. But fine, take the brush. I'm all out of fuel oil anyway.
She drops the paintbrush at your feet.
You know what you've got in that fuel canister you scavenged from your Kanema? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil. Time to get to proper work, artiste.
Catch you later. Okay, we did it. Not sure what this will accomplish, but hey, we are doing it.
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
Fuck the police. I thought I was supposed to be painting the bird and then setting it on fire. What shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? I don't know. Draw a 3,500-year-old pictogram of a human being. What about the bird? Come on, game. Or is it because I don't have the skill to do it? Fine, let's do this. You could still make a bird. Maybe it wouldn't look so good, but if it's on fire, it's cool.
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one we are supposed to solve.
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art? What is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean...
Have you looked in the mirror lately? To be honest, you have the exact features of the modern artist, with that wild hair and those clothes. Perhaps you should try to write poetry someday and critique architecture.
Hold on, is architecture also art?
Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
Wait, what about music? Is it art?
Only the most experimental kind.
That's stupid. Architecture is stupid, music is stupid.
Such vigor. Already you express a sharp, descriptive mind, ready to slash through the empty and superficial in favor of the sublime and the beautiful. Do it. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Wait, but I don't have to be 100% cop to get case finished and all that?
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
Okay, if 50% art critic is what is needed, so to free me from rote repetition, so be it. Opt in.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world.
Okay.
Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Okay, let's put on our normal clothes. These things, I believe. I need more hats. Oh yeah, this one. But yeah, I still like the reaction speed. Okay. Then I guess get back to... have to go here first and then beam back to the fishing village. What's this? Come on. The book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. Can I beam? Right, it says travel here, okay. Let's go to the church. Maybe I'll look around here. Like, I don't have much. I have to end the stream soon, but I'll try to look around. Like, is there any other locations here in this area that I haven't found yet? Just, I doubt the suspect is in the church. Yeah, I haven't been here. Tiny cages carefully constructed. The soggy logs smell of ignition fluid, still they won't light up. What's this? Money.
Hello, I'm Gary. How do you do, officer?
If he's a crypto-fascist, why do I know about it? Is it his face announces the fact that he's a crypto-fascist? Because, you know, crypto implies it's hidden.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about after a little probing first.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates? This man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
Okay, I'm neither of those things, I can assure you. I'm a by the book, clean as a whistle officer of the law. I'm not even tempted to touch intoxicants.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
His gaze shifts to the pile of soggy logs at his feet. I guess this is the cryptozoologist. I guess it's like, joke, because, cryptozoologist, crypto-fascist.
He pronounces Revacol with a hard K, unlike other people.
You said Revacol?
I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way. The Vespertine way.
He nods solemnly.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's a secret rite, a very fringe nationalist handshake, probably. Garbage. You're a true patriot, and you know how it's said. The Seren way, the fine way, with an elegant s.
Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags?
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
Is this your mug? Hold up the yellow man mug.
My mug? Why would you think that?
It seemed as if you were calling to it longingly when you cried yellow man.
Oh, no, that's not... Why would I be calling to a broken mug?
Still seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of the lynching?
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
He pauses.
You're not going to find me, are you?
I think, I would love to get 100 real. Let's try it. I am 100 real.
Okay, I deserve that. And I won't do it again. You have my word. I don't know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage in another man's property. I've been having trouble at work lately. The Koikos are price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
How did you get into that trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Bohemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged. and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Okay, then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly.
He changes his mind mid-sentence.
Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
The lieutenant remarks drolly.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
Let's move on for now.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
He's visibly relieved it's over.
Does this mean you were in his apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection? Perhaps it would be interesting to tell him.
You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Seol. I meant no offense, truly.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next races will be a really good one?
I think so. Sorry, as you know, I've been having problems with my memory.
At any rate, this is our third lucky racist.
Will you grant us 3 wishes, Gary?
Hey, man. All I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
Do you have a problem with Sealites?
No. No problem at all.
So, Gary, you live nearby in an apartment in Martinez?
Sure do, officer.
Have you found your door open lately?
In my home. Yes. When I was going to... How did you know?
Mr. Everard Clare thought it necessary to unlock your apartment.
Mr. Clare unlocked my apartment?
Don't worry, I didn't go in.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
The man looks around, whispering he makes sure no one hears you talk. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but he doesn't like you.
I was probably talking too loud in the whirling the other night. About some theories. Stupid. Shouldn't have run my mouth loud like that. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door-opening operation.
Are you a cryptozoologist too?
I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way, but I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
After all this time with Morel, he must have an opinion on cryptids. This could lead to a good one.
I mean, the cryptids, you have a favorite?
Oh, yes, the burning rhino. Morel doubts he's real, but I don't much care, because I won't be the one looking for him out in Safra Serai.
What's a burning rhino?
A rhinoceros that looks ordinary during the day, but burns brightly by night. Well, at least the males do.
How do they burn?
They have special ducts just above their shoulder blades that secrete a combustible fluid. When the rhino is just beginning to light itself, it looks as though it has wings of fire.
But how
sort of
this
cool animal, actually.
Fluid lit?
How does the lighting of this fluid actually work?
The rhino starts running very fast to build heat, then stops, raises its head, and sparks fly from its neck, setting its back ablaze.
I want to be just like the rhino, running through the night with guns blazing.
We don't really do that around here.
Perhaps we should have more such decisive action in Revacol. You know, this city used to be a flaming rhino once.
Why only the males?
The flames are not just for decoration. They are an integral part of the beast's mating behavior.
How so?
During the burning rhino's mating season, herds of male rhinos, all aflame, encircle herds of female rhinos, forming a fiery ring as they begin to copulate loudly. Local peasants call it the passion ring. They fear the rhinos, as perhaps they should. Anyway.
The lieutenant sighs without looking up from his notes. It's clear the burning rhino is dear to him on many levels. So...
What's this?
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your Copo type.
Wait, there are Copo types?
Yes. Guess what's yours?
I was kind of hoping I'm the superstar cop.
That is only a ludicrous daydream. Guess again. You're
I was kind of hoping I'm the apocalypse cop.
That is only a ludicrous daydream.
Cool cop?
No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then. Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
Won't the other Copo types be jealous?
Jealous of the sorry cop? I think they'll be fine. Don't worry. They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual Copo type from sorry to anything.
I'm sorry, opt-in.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen.
So, when is he gonna pay us the 100 real? I thought we were gonna get money from him. But anyways, I'm gonna end the stream here. I gotta go take care of some stuff. But anyways, I'm Adventure Argonaut and I thank you for watching. Bye bye.